Hey guys, it's Gamer here this time with another video on Reverse 1999. This video will be all about the wilderness and what you should do with your wilderness. Normally, I hate housing systems, whether they are in gacha games or MMOs, but the wilderness is something you should not ignore as it is a good source of free materials. So with all that said, let's just jump into it. So the Paleo Hall is the main building of your wilderness. You want to upgrade your Paleo Hall as much as you can. The higher level of your Paleo Hall, the more you can upgrade other parts of your wilderness, like your wishing string, the spell tower, and Sharpodonty Market. It will also allow you to place more islands, which I will talk more about later on in this video. So upgrading your wishing string higher will allow you to craft more materials. Upgrading your dust tower and Sharpodonty Market will give you more free dust and Sharpodonty. So each level of Paleo Hall upgrade requires certain conditions. One of the conditions require you to place a certain number of islands. Another main condition is that you need a child of prosperity material. So the child of prosperity material is this material here. To get this, you have to earn a certain number of stars in the main story and get them from the trace reward. I have my Paleo Hall maxed out, and to max it out and get enough of this child of prosperity, you will need 330 stars. This requires doing hard mode stages and getting stars on them. You don't need to get full max stars on every single main story stage. To get to 330 stars for me, I got full stars on every normal story stage. I got full stars on every hard stage until chapter 418. So the Paleo Hall is worth the investment, and you should try to max it out as much as you can. And pushing for full stars on normal and hard mode story stages are worth it because not only do you get the trace material rewards, you also get different materials and currency for pulls the first time you clear a normal and hard stage. Before I talk about the other main parts of your wilderness, I want to talk about how to get resources for upgrading your wishing string, the spell tower, and Sharpodonty Market. To get the materials you need, farm this resource stage, Harvest Prime. So the highest stage for Harvest Prime is stage 4. So you want to get to stage 4 as fast as possible and farm that to upgrade your wilderness. And the main material for upgrading your wilderness is this Kern Baby material. I say it's worth the stamina or activity since you get more dust and Sharpodonty from upgrading your dust spell tower and Sharpodonty Market. And you want to farm this enough to try to max out your wilderness as much as you can. I actually use some of my candy in my warehouse, and I think it's worth it. The wishing spring is one of the main parts of your wilderness. I think it's the main priority when upgrading your wilderness, and you should max it out as soon as you can. So the wishing spring allows you to craft materials. The insight materials are important because to upgrade a unit to insight level 2 and 3 requires a lot of materials. So these insight materials come in different rarities. So the purple, yellow, and orange materials are hard to get. You can farm the purple materials by replaying certain stages, but they have a chance to drop. And as of right now, I don't think there's any current way to farm the yellow and orange insight material. So when you farm a stage and do a replay, you might get the purple materials, but also you might not get them at all. This is why the wishing spring is important. So you can craft the purple, yellow, and orange materials using materials of lower rarity. A lot of times it's going to be better to farm the lower rarity materials and use them to craft the higher rarity materials. I'll talk more about how to farm for materials efficiently in a later part of the video. So besides insight materials, you can also craft this yellow kern baton that's used for upgrading your wilderness. So this yellow material once again is more rare. So we can use some of the blue kern baby material to craft the yellow one. So this yellow material is needed for later upgrades of your Dust Bell Tower and Sharpodonty Market. So you can also craft these materials that are mainly used for upgrading resonance. Once again, these materials are the purple and yellow versions, which are needed to upgrade the higher resonance levels, and these are harder to get. You can also craft materials for ascending side cubes, which is basically limit breaking them so you can upgrade the side cubes further. The next priority of your wilderness is upgrading your Dust Bell Tower. So your Dust Bell Tower has 3 queues, and you want to upgrade each queue as much as you can. Each upgrade on a queue will give you more dust. And they also increase the capacity of dust you can hold, so you don't cap out at 100% as fast. But once again, each upgrade requires a certain amount of kern baby material you get from farming the Harvest Iron stage. So to max out your Dust Bell Tower, you need to max out your Paleo Hall. And dust is mainly used for leveling your units, and sometimes it's hard to come by. So getting as much dust as you can from your wilderness is important. The Sharpodonty Market works the same exact way as your Dust Bell Tower, except that it gives you Sharpodonty instead of dust. So Sharpodonty is definitely good, but it's easier to come by, so I don't think you need it as much as the dust. So I would max out your Wishing Spring and then your Dust Bell Tower first, before trying to max out your Sharpodonty Market. The next part of your wilderness is going to be your islands. For islands, you want to place as many islands as you can in your wilderness. Once again, the higher your Paleo Hall level is, the more islands you can place. So each island you place gives you more vigor. Once you reach a certain amount of vigor, you increase your vigor level, which increases resource output. For example, I'm at 1325 vigor, and that gives me more 35% resource output. So this is why you want to place as many islands as you can. So each island belongs to these different island sets. And each set of island have different islands in them and different island amounts. As you get into the later parts of the game, you can run out of islands to place, and you will need to buy more islands in the wilderness. For example, I can place 120 islands currently in my wilderness, but I ran out of islands to place. So to buy more islands, you have to buy them from the wilderness shop, which I'll talk more about later on in this video. Buildings are something additional you can place in your wilderness. So most buildings that I've seen just increase your vigor. Maybe there will be other buildings that do other things later down the road. You can buy buildings in the wilderness shop. You can also place characters in your wilderness. So the more you upgrade your wilderness, the more characters you can place. And you definitely want to max out the amount of characters you can place in your wilderness. When characters are placed, you increase your bond with them over time. So the more you increase the bond of a character, the more you will get various things like currency for pulls, dust, Sharpodonty, and wilderness shells. So when a bond with a character reaches 100, you want to replace that character with another one. At this wilderness shop, you can buy island sets and buildings that I've talked about in the previous parts of the video. So you get the currency for this shop, the wilderness shells, by doing daily and weekly tasks. You can also get wilderness shells in other ways like events and increasing bond with characters. The last thing I want to talk about is farming for materials efficiently. So pridewind.gg has this good guide for farming insect materials. And I'll include a link to this guide in the description. So for the purple materials, sometimes it's worth farming certain stages, and this guide will tell you which stage is the best for farming that certain material. So other times it's better to craft the material, and you want to farm the lesser materials that you need to craft the purple one. For example, this biting box, it's better to craft it. So for the blue and green materials, you can choose to farm a stage that has the highest chance of dropping them. For example, the esoteric bones. Farming the 111 hard stage has the highest chance of dropping that material. Or you can use your activity farming stages that have better side drop chances for the purple materials. For example, farming for 11 hard, you will, in addition to getting the esoteric bones, you might also get the prophetic bird. So that's it for this video. Keep in mind that you can always reset your wilderness whenever you want if you don't like the look of it. I do plan on making other videos for Reverse 1999. I plan on making guides for Becorn Bloom, Anon Lee, DK, and Melania, who's coming in the upcoming 1.1. If you like this video and want more content on Reverse 1999, Honkai Star Rail, and other gacha games, hit the like and subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next video.